Hello everyone. Welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. I'm Colin the Conqueror. This is Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. In the previous episode, we uncovered a lot about the Sarah Hawkins case. Here's a little bit of a synopsis of what we just did in the previous episode. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins Mansion. Let's prepare to enter madness.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Oh, I guess S. Winchester in the stranded whale is Silas. Alright. Thought the mansion burnt in a fire.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
I have other questions. You're not the first one to talk about Winchester.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You know this place very well. Actually.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Dang.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Anything I should be aware of?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Let's not waste any more time.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
What's down here? There's a tree.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
I guess we must go around the gate. Or around through the gate here. Where did Officer Bradley go?
Bradley was right. This place is much older than
Wow.
I imagined.
Hilltop house built in 1693 by Reverend John Wickwood. Okay, there's where Bradley is. That's the old. Okay, what is Bradley doing up here? I don't like the ominousness of that music. Hello, Raven. Or that's a crow, probably. Charles Hawkins.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Someone desecrated one of the
Do
graves.
you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Such a
Why
strange
were they
final resting
buried here?
place.
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid.
Simon's been left alone. There's Charles. And there's Sarah. Come on.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
But yet he didn't. He hasn't taken care of the The desecration on Charles' gravesite. Uh-oh, game is saving. Is this the front door? Looks like it. Time to go knocking.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Okay. Where's Bradley? Oh, he said he was going to take a little time. Okay, there's the fallen tree. Is there a way up to this little escarpment here? Not from here, it looks like. Okay. Oh no, there is. Okay. What's over here? No. Just that, an escarpment.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You want to get rid of me?
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
I like the sound of that. But I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
I didn't see when I picked up the key. That's the reason why I didn't use it.
Pierce.
What now?
And in we go.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Hawkins Mansion. Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place, armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building, looking for the scene of the fire. Let's prepare to enter madness.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Okay, let's consult the diary first. Level up. 1 in strength. 1 in psychology. Okay. Yes. Okay. Darkwater. Officer Bradley. Officer Bradley, age 37. He does not look 37 years old. This hit cop likes order and justice. He's no great sleuth, but he seems more inclined than his colleagues to discover the truth in the Hawkins case. The inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him. He could help me in my investigation. Anything? Got an old key. Okay.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Find the fire scene.
What kind of meat is this?
It definitely does not look good.
This place is for the head of the family,
Yes.
Charles Hawkins.
Okay. Chair was launched back. Okay. What is that? Fire poker? Oh, that's the shovel. Where's the poker? Well, there may be one in that one. I just don't see it. What is this?
The boy
Broken
was
plate.
probably here. Smashed his
Okay.
plate on the floor.
Which would then put Sarah here.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Let's see if I can find
Silas
something
managed
the
to
cops
bring the
missed.
fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
That's a body.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others?
It's a lamp. That might be the catalyst.
They had a fight. Why?
Whoa. What is this? It's a shoe.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Oh. She was shoved into the table. What's over here? That looks like a whiskey bottle.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Does this clock have anything to do with anything?
Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Which would have been 10. Okay. One of the
If the
paintings,
painting
maybe?
I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
What's over here? Did I find everything? I did not. Aha!
Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
The fire wasn't just an accident.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Well, okay then. That was quick.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
What's here?
This door is locked.
Is that one of her paintings? Raddies! What's this book? History of Medicine in the 18th century. Okay, this collection of medical knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. I have one available. I'm going to put that one in spot hidden. Okay. And Go from there. Yes. Okay. Do I have anything? Places. Hawkins Mansion Gardens. The Hawkins Mansion is perched at the top of a steep cliff. The abandoned garden harbors the graves of the Hawkins family and the only caretaker, Silas Winchester, still roams the bleak spot. He protects it fiercely and still puts flowers on the graves of his old masters. It's a gloomy place. Clues. Multiple clues. Okay, let's go through here. Let's go through these things. The Last Supper. Since the fire in the Hawkins Mansion, the dining room has remained intact. The settings allow the places occupied by the family members to be determined. Visibly, etiquette was respected, even in private. Charles Hawkins sat at the head of the table, with wife and son on either side. The knocked-over chair could be due to something that happened after the fire, or it could confirm the theory of a domestic argument. Clearly, the roast was untouched in certain plates. The meat, mysteriously preserved since then, seems to have been the subject of the dispute between the Hawkins couple. Smashed oil lamp. According to the police report, this lamp is the cause of the accidental fire that destroyed the mansion. However, bloodstains on the debris tell a different story. Did somebody get hit by the lamp, possibly? Sarah's shoe. A partly burned shoe. It seemed like it belonged to Sarah Hawkins. A broken clock. The glass of this heavy clock is broken and the hands show 10 o'clock. It could give the time of the fire or have nothing to do with it. The scene of the fire. Contradicting the police report, the Hawkins drawing room tells a different story or version of the fire that claimed the whole family, beginning with the presence of a handprint that throws up the possibility of a survivor. The bodies of Charles and Sarah Hawkins left no mark on the floor, nor, to that matter, in the drawing room, contrary to that of the child, still visible close to the fireplace. The same goes for the glass shards on the floor. A close inspection reveals the presence of blood on several of them. On the wall, the very clear mark left by the painting found in the Hawkins warehouse confirms that the Hawkins case could be much more than a domestic accident. That sounded like somebody clattering upstairs. What's this?
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks.
Mm-hmm.
And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
What is with these, like, little particles in the air? And the smoke. Oh, because of it's an actual fire. Oh, what is this?
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty.
There's a spot hidden somewhere in this room. Somewhere in this area.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
The spot hidden is somewhere here. It's in this room. Okay. It's in this area. Is it that book? No. I'm looking for the, like, green. Does it have to do with these flowers? And it's just not showing up. Like, I don't have the... Do I not have the high enough score in it or something?
This door is blocked from the outside.
Well, where is this spot hidden? It's not the picture. It's not the wall sconce. That's a Sarah Hawkins painting. That might be your father. Kind of looked like him a bit. Huh. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll go down here with Detective Bradley. Actually, I want to go upstairs. Over here. Oh. I can't go upstairs over here. Ah, there it is. A crowbar. Okay.
A crowbar could prove useful.
Like right now. Moby Dick.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Hard to get through, but yes, it is a pretty good story. I think it's hard to get through, personally. I love the movie that's kind of a spin-off of it called...
Mandatory reading for any whaler,
Yeah.
I guess.
But it's called The Heart of the Sea. Chris Hemsworth. Really good movie.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
So all I have is Wait. Are there symbols on that slab back there? See, I don't know. I would be investigating that. But yeah, hello, Bradley. Papers? No? Not one of Sarah's, because if it was, it would probably have her signature, which it does not. Okay.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
The Human Body Comparative Analysis. Precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. Another medicine progression. This painting again. Who is that? It's still her, and that is set to 7 o'clock. Marble table, pretty. That would be very top heavy. Trust me, I know I have one over there. It's a smaller side table, but you just barely touch that thing and it just topples over.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Is that all he says?
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
I will head upstairs then. Keep hearing thumping like somebody's running around upstairs. Or knocking. Paranormal investigator me is like wanting to start saying hello and stuff. Whoa. Okay, it's funny because I walked up there and I thought there was a symbol on here and it's just, oh. Nope, this is arguably worse.
There's something disturbing about this painting. There's something disturbing about this painting.
Did she do it? If she did it, her signature isn't on there. This door apparently is not a door.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Good movie.
Another
good
story
book.
about the
Jules
mysteries
Verne.
of the deep.
Yep. Featuring the first, as far as I know, literary reference to the giant squid. The colossal squid, rather. Otherwise known as the Kraken.
A book on hunting whales. The island's staple diet last century. Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Weird. I wonder if that was supposed to help me with something. Illuminate things. It does not look like it did.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear Sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to occur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. What was Sarah acting out in some form or fashion? Okay, so this is the floor or the area that I was investigating earlier. Okay, I figured as much. It seems like that would make sense. One of hers. Can't quite make out much of anything. Very surreal paintings, which I kind of like. That looks like the warehouse. Interesting. Here's Simon's remote up here.
The boys' room.
Boop. Okay. Seems to be his fort.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
A pretty well thought out fort, too. Have archers up high on things. Spears up front. Infantry in the back. A couple of lances. Yeah. Not bad. What now? I don't like that. Investigation.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain.
Great book.
Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Great book.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy.
What now?
What was wrong with this family?
See, now we're going in this order. Okay.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
New clue memorized. And again, decently set up to fortify this little section. It's brilliant how he used books to build what appear to be like a castle. That's great. Never thought about it that way. Wonderful Wizard of Oz. There's the Cowardly Lion, yeah. Movie was about to come out soon. Oh, hello. Scratches on the canvas. Or at least markings on the canvas that look a bit like scratches. This door.
Locked.
What? Why? Why is this door dislodged? Excuse me. Random burp. Guess I need to go further upstairs. Or maybe down here, or up here, yeah. Let's check and see in here. I guess this is Sarah's
What will her
chambers.
room reveal about her?
And we are looking for the spot hidden again. Spot hidden.
Barbiturates.
Oh dear.
Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated
Wow,
resorting
yeah.
to such a treatment.
They act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that I know something. Yeah, that can be a bit rough. Man. Can I not open her foot trunk? Does not look like I can open her foot chest. Yeah. That might be the Scylla. Does it have the... Does not look like it has the whale on it. Now, the spot hiddens are distinctly supposed to be more difficult for even us to find as the player.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Okay. Dr. Thomas Fuller, Riverside Institute, Darkwater, Massachusetts. Date July 21st, 1924. 75 milligrams of amobarbital sodium to be taken every 4 to 6 hours as required. If attacks become too violent, add 25 milligrams of phenobarbital up to 3 times a day. Do not consume alcohol or any other medication during the period of treatment. Dr. Thomas Fuller. Take to Darkwater General Store. Is this it? That would appear to be it.
That's a massive dose.
Yeah.
Was Sarah violent?
Okay, we found the spot hidden. Okay. Oh, lockpicking.
Perfect.
Oh, dear. That legitimately looked like somebody was sitting in there, in that chair, turning around to stare at me. As I came in, I was like, oh, that's fun. Okay, that's a summoning circle of some kind. Don't have to be an occult expert to know that, but I know that from my own expertise in such things.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us. Sweet nothings. I've never understood the concept of sweet nothings, because they mean something, so therefore they cannot mean nothing. Is there anything in there? Books. I know the feeling. I put books in drawers too. Oh, hello. That's
This
a ledger.
ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Okay, Boston client. Dang, these are expensive for back then. Really expensive. Okay. Page 1, January to April, 230, 170. So Boston client, JFFS exhibition. So she put some on exhibit. Okay. AD was returned. AD. Oh, Anton. What's his name? I can't remember what his last name is, but it starts with a D. The Shambler for FS. That's the only one that has a title on it. Okay, Dr. F for Dr. Fuller. FSJF. Another Dr. Fuller. We might not have been introduced to them yet.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
FS, Francis Sanders. Okay. So we know that name now. That's not creepy at all. That's actually a really cool way to do a bust. I don't want to walk in the middle of that. But I will.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Ceremonial circle. Consult diary. Occult. Okay. If the creature is not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work. As long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the elder sign among the glyphs that make up the ceremonial circle. Be careful, though, because the works that describe the creation of such circles are not all of proven reliability. Extract taken from Malleus Bestiarum by Abigail G. Darkwater clues. Letter of complaint we've read about. The boys' room. Barbiturates. The prescription. The sweet nothing. And the sales ledger. Okay, inventory again. Crowbar. Okay. Door with markings on it.
Locked.
Bradley? Is that you? Is anyone there?
I don't have a gun. I have a crowbar, but I don't have a gun. Okay, I have a hurricane lamp now. Why is she drawing pictures of Pierce? Or painting pictures of Pierce? What the? Weird cultist person.
You! Stop!
E.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me.
He had a book.
He can't be far.
Catch the thief. Okay, can't have gone that way.
This door is blocked from the outside.
If Bradley...
I'll cover you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
This door was closed earlier.
Where did he go?
Oh, no. Okay.
As if the
Do you
bookcase
really
has been
think that your
moved
fugitive
several
came in
times.
here? I don't see any way out.
Is there a way to pull it out? No. Okay.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
Okay, in this photograph, Charles Hawkins and Captain Fitzroy are posing with a third man. They seem close.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
There's a map of some
It looks
kind.
like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Can't turn it all the way around.
It looks like an old seaway map.
Old sea map. Darkwater. Huh. Okay. Runes.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. Seems like this came from a log.
Ah, okay. Sailor's Logbook. I'm going to read it all. Monday, 24th May, 1847. 42 degrees north, 70 degrees west. Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. Sunday, 30th May, 1847. That was 6 days, okay? 47 degrees north, 55 degrees west. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. Tuesday, 1st June, 1847. Only like a few days later again, correct? Oh, literally like 2 days later. 49 degrees north, 61 degrees west. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I am scared. Friday, 4th of June, 1847. 57 north, 51 degrees west. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seemed to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. Hamilton went Ahab. Okay. Wednesday, 23rd June, 1847. 33 degrees north, 53 degrees west. We've caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Tuesday, 29th June, 1847. Darkwater. We have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories.
There must be a link with the seaway map. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
I want to find the...
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
Oh. What is this?
This panel is movable.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
Use the
With
crowbar.
this, I should be able to force the gears.
Well done, Pierce.
I still want to find the... Ah, there it is.
Why are these letters here, and not with Sarah
To
Hawkins'
Sarah
belongings?
Webster. These letters have been opened, but visibly have not left Charles Hawkins' office. They are tied together. They are tied together by a carefully knotted braid. Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail? But it says to Sarah Webster, not to Sarah Hawkins. Open. Chapter 4. Well, folks, this is where we're going to end today's episode. Hope you guys come back for the next chapter. This is Colin the Conqueror, signing off.